Yeah, you see, I know I'm a vibe. She find a way to love me even though I'm not her type. Purple, orange, pink clouds float way up high. A lot of y'all depressed, you don't even know why. I'm just trying to live my way. I don't have to put it in my bio. A lot of y'all throw smoke from the shade. Most of y'all are motherfuckers, I know. Come on, 5, 6, you gotta do it like this, 7, 8, I've been dancing since I was 6, Every kid on the block that's ticking its talk. I've been posting these gems, they've been giving you rocks. I've been fooled once or twice. Not everyone that loves you really gives you good advice. I think that it's nice that they try, but I find I'd rather follow signs from the dreams in my mind. Yeah. I've been fooled once or twice. The girl you think is flirting is just being really nice. It's cool, but it's like I've been getting confused, no clothes and no likes, but she follows me twice. Nice. Sometimes I gotta treat people like they're phone companies. I never believe what they say. Okay. You know when they tell you they have a deal, deep down it's not real, and yet you still pay. Come on, 5, 6, you gotta do it like this, 7, 8, I've been dancing since I was 6, Every kid on the block that's ticking its talk. I've been posting these gems, they've been giving you rocks.
It's been a long while since we did a soiree. Alright. What's up, everybody? It is me, your boy Rico No Suave, and welcome back to the Rico No Suave show. Oh, wait, I am back and super happy to be back with each and every one of you. I hope you missed me as much as I have missed you. You know, to the next level we go, everybody. I do want to give a big shout out to everyone in New Orleans. I went to New Orleans this past weekend, and I have to tell you, when we talk about Southern hospitality, it was awesome. It was so beautiful. I had such a great time as far as looking at the architecture, food, of course, because of my other show, but it was awesome. If you've never been to New Orleans, you have to go there because there's so much history behind the French Quarter. You know, there's a French Quarter, and there's also, you already know, there is Bourbon Street. Yeah, try not to get too drunk on Bourbon Street. But it is a good thing. It is a good thing, everyone. And I have to say, hey, why not? Why not have a great time? Why not have a great time? But what also was going down there, and of course, you know, we're celebrating this month, is Pride Month, everybody. You know, happy Pride Month to the TQIA community. Yeah, so, man, when I went down there to New Orleans, the creative in regards to the colors, you just want to be happy. Man, you just want to be happy. And everyone was super blackout happy, you know? And yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. So, you know, it was awesome, man. It was awesome, man. I have to say, you know, Pride Month, you know, to everyone that's celebrating Pride Month, hey, just be safe. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself, man. This is the month itself for you. But like I said, you know, it's all about pride every month for everyone to actually be happy. So, of course, we're going to put that logo because we're actually, you know, showing the love to the community. We're going to keep that logo up for the whole show, everybody. So, hey, don't forget to share this. And if you want to share it, try and share it. If you can't, that's okay. Just tell your friends. Call them up. Say, Rico No Suave is on. All right, everybody. So now I got to introduce this gentleman here. You know, I interviewed this gentleman before, and when I tell you, we talk about Kick the Wicked, he is a co-founder. He is a lead guitarist. He is a songwriter. He's a singer. He's multi-talented. And now he just became this author, this big-time author. And I'm proud of him because we talk, and he's always supporting the Rico No Suave show. And when you have a guy like this who's always supporting the Rico No Suave show, you feel close to him. Forget about it. You feel close. I want you guys to put your hands together for none other than my man, Mark Lanoue. Let's go. Mark, what's up, baby? What's up? What's up?
Excuse me, I can clear my throat here for a moment.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
How
okay.
you, how
That's
you
okay.
doing, brother?
Yeah, everything's good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just hanging, looking at my guitar.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's good that you're looking at the guitar because I'm looking at it too. I'm looking at it too. I just want to say, hey, do you have names for them?
I don't get that.
No?
I just play them.
Not my lucky Sue. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Well,
I just
Mark,
don't have any.
Mark, happy
Power
to
on
have you here,
it.
man. It's good to have you, bro. Good to have you here on the show. And I'm hoping that you're ready to rock and roll. No pun intended. You ready? Let's go. I love it. Mark, we got to get a little bit of history in regards to, you growing up and also from a music standpoint, which draws you to a certain, industry or certain category of music. Tell us a little bit in regards to, you growing up as far as what music, how did it affect you? And of course, where we're at right now. Talk to us about that.
Well, music is a part of me, right? So, probably like most musicians, they're just some call it disease, some call it a blessing, some curse. So, but I grew up in New Jersey, in the streets of Jersey, and ended up, of all places, going to Mississippi. So that was a big change. But I started on saxophone.
Yeah.
And then years later, decided I want to pick up the guitar. I picked it up late. And then some years later, I found out that I was able to sing. And that I guess that's debatable depending on who listens, right? So, but that's kind of how I got involved with music. And then I just really love stories. I love the old school kind of recordings where they talk about things that mean something, you know, stories, experiences, and stuff like that. So that's how I write. And then I get together with people that also are able to write and kind of, you know, connect with that. And so that's what really makes it a good experience, because you don't want one guy just writing everything. You want a piece of all the people that are involved, so that you have an excellent end product. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, when it comes down to, you know, Jersey, you know, is Jersey, the accent in Jersey, is it kind of like Boston as well too?
Well, it depends on where you are. You get different dialect, right? So you might go to one part of Jersey, yo Tony, huh? And you go to another place and they say, hey, Joyzy, and then you go to another place and like for instance, there's two things that I still carry with me in my accent, and it just doesn't go away. Is one is water, and the other is draw. Open the draw. So those two things still carry along with me. They don't go away. It's kind of stuck in my gray matters.
Nice. Do you say soda or do you say pop?
Oh man, I don't like the term pop. It just, I leave that for
Right.
music.
Thank
It's
you.
it's on the top ranking of the Grammy list. It's pops up there somewhere. So I'm more like, hey, yo, give me a Coke, huh? So,
Yeah, just call it what it is, right? Right, right. I like that. I like that. All right. Mark, you know, there's a lot of things that we have to cover because there's a lot of great things that you have done. But the first thing is that you have a release. You have a new release, the game that's June 6th, the release date. Talk to us a little bit about that.
yeah, so released it on the 6th. That's my birthday. I was born on 6/6/66, so that makes it even more interesting.
Oh,
But
wow. Happy
yeah,
birthday.
so oh, thank you. I wrote that song originally some years ago. I was in a band called Persian Risk, and that my bandmate at the time. That's before I was figuring out that I could sing. I actually had a vocal coach named Ron Feldman who brought me in and told me, "Hey, you need to be singing." So that's when I started singing, like in 94, 93, 94, somewhere around there. But
Hmm.
my singer's now in Nazareth, the band Nazareth. He's been in Nazareth for some years now. But that's it basically we got down to where you were asking about so we have this song, The Game, and The Game I wrote for my wife. At the
Nice.
time, she was still my girlfriend, and it's kind of a fun song, and it was a little different because my singer was very British. So when I was singing behind him, you'd start to get that accent in your voice even when you're doing background vocals. You're wanting to scream bollocks anytime now. And so this song's kind of punky. It's a little pop, rock, kind of alternative.
Uh-huh.
Uh, the nice thing about Kick the Wicked is we jump around. We'll do something like really wicked heavy, and then we'll turn around and do something classic or something more in the ballad sense. And then, we hear this one's kind of pop rock, alternative. So we're pretty diverse. We can do a lot of different things. I can growl, or I can, sing clean and be a crooner if you want. So, or scream
Nice.
like a metalhead. So it just depends on what it is that we're wanting to do. So it's kind of nice to have that freedom.
So when we're talking about the growling piece, because when I'm listening to rock and there's a like you can actually hear that. Do you have to train for that? Like, is there a training for that, or is that kind of natural of just by ear? How does that work?
Well, I think it really depends on the person. Some people can be trained some to sing. Others just can naturally sing, and then when they train, they can just become amazing. Then it has to do with your range. Like I have a pretty wide octaves of range, so I can go real low to ridiculously high. My old singer used to say, "Did someone kick you in the bollocks?" But so it just really depends on the person. But the growling Also depends on the person too. Some people it just hurts their voice, and some people can't open up enough to do it. It just really
Wow.
depends. It's a good question, but I think it's partly biological and partly training, depending on whether you're singing or growling or screaming or whatever. So
Wow. Do you have any favorite people that you listen to that growls really well?
so growling is not something that I do on a lot of our songs. I actually sing,
Oh,
but
my bad.
but if you
Sorry.
want me to growl, it just really depends on. So, for example, when we're doing tributes, we have a group called Wicked Tributes by Kick the Wicked. We do that to the side. We have like 50 tributes, and one time we'll do the Bee Gees and then turn around and do White Zombie, and then we'll turn around and do Megadeth, and then we'll do Nazareth or Foreigner. So it really just depends
Wow.
on what we feel that week, right? So
Yeah. Well, I just, I've always was fascinated in regards to knowing how, as a pop rock star that actually, has different, because there's different levels, man. There's different levels to when you are singing, but also
Mhm.
to different accents of certain parts of the music, right? And when you actually have
Right.
certain parts of the music, it's like, wow, how do they? When I hear it, I'm like, I always think of like, the when I hear that, rah, right, it's like gothic. I think of the gothic, and
Sure.
it's just the heavy metal, which is, I mean, and their voice is beautiful. I mean, the voice is awesome. Like when they're singing, because I wind
Mhm.
up singing some of the songs too, but I just can't growl like that. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I'm gonna get off the growling piece because I don't want them to hate me from that era.
Well,
So
I like this. I like singing Dio as well. But and then I can turn around and sing Styx. So I mean,
yeah,
it
yeah,
just really depends. But I prefer to sing our songs, but I do
yeah.
enjoy the legends, and I do enjoy a number of the different genre today. There's a lot of artists that I appreciate, and when it comes to music, I could be seeing a band that totally blows, but go, hey man, that bass player's awesome.
Yeah.
So it just really depends on how you look at it. You got to be positive about some things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it. I like the fact that you actually you have your own music, but then you also pay tribute to the greats as well, right? And that's really cool. Normally, you'll have just a cover band in some cases where they just sing all covers from rock and roll or
Mhm.
whatever genre of music that they sing from, but you also write your own music as well. Let's talk about the band members because I want to ask that
Sure.
question. Who are your
Mhm.
band members? And also, let's go into that second question of how do you guys practice together?
So so we've been doing the music a really long time. So one member is Scott Campbell, really talented guy. He's pretty much our not just our producer and engineer, but he plays guitar, he plays bass, he plays keys, he sings some. He's just really really talented. And I found that working with him, we first started doing Wicked tributes, basically tribute stuff is what we started with during the pandemic, and then we realized that we really enjoyed playing music together, and we found that we had chemistry, so we started doing originals in 2022, and
Sure.
we released an EP called Drag Magnet, and it turned out awesome. As a matter of fact, one of the last reviews was they called it a masterpiece, and they wondered why we didn't do a whole album. They were disappointed that we didn't do more than 5 songs. So, but and then another member I have in the band is Rory Fashion. He's in Nashville, and he's an excellent drummer, honored student from the Musicians Institute. I think he graduated in '89. I went to the Musicians Institute in '88, but he graduated honors in '89. And but he's also in my band from earlier, which we have 3 albums called Fiction Six. So he carried over to Kick the Wicked. As a matter of fact, Rory introduced me to Scott, and it's just been really great because Scott and I are working on stuff now, and the chemistry just gets better and better. The songwriting gets better and better. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. So it's just three of you.
Yes, it's just three
Okay.
of us.
Just the
Yeah.
three. Okay. Um, Ever wanted to have a bigger band? Have you ever thought about bringing on more people for the band? Or was it always just, hey, three is enough and I think we can just rock it out? this way?
Yeah, for right now, especially when we were starting with the tributes, we had some guests on there. Like we had Ronnie Monroe from Metal Church and a couple other bands that he's known for. He did a song with us. He did a April Wine. We rocked up April Wine. As a matter of fact, at the end of it, Scott put like a Slayer melody on the end of it. It's great.
Nice.
And then we have other artists that come on, some from pop to metal. But since Scott's really an excellent bass player as well, and I play guitar, Scott plays guitar, I sing, Scott sings some, and then Roy's just an amazing drummer. Unless we go live, there's really no reason to have any more than three. If we were to go live, we might bring somebody on to kind of play with us to cover some of the parts or whatever, and also give a background vocal. But
Nice.
but for writing and recording, three is enough.
Nice. Three is enough. That's
Yeah,
what it
three is enough.
Three is enough.
Three is company.
Exactly.
Come and knock on your door, knock on my door, whatever the
Right.
theme was.
I like that. Yeah, you're bringing me back to the old days. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hers and his.
Hers and his. When it comes down to, you guys playing music and you're connecting, it's really cool how you guys all connected with each other. Who came up with the name Kick the Wicked?
So that was also kind of, collaborative work between myself and Scott. We were actually texting back and forth, and I came up with like kick the something. I don't know what it was, and it was just kind of went back and forth and back and forth. And Scott just came back and went, "Kick the Wicked." And I said, "That's it. That's it, man. That's the name. That's what we're going with." and so that's how we became Kick the Wicked, and then and it just fit really well. It fit really well to our style and some of the things that we stand for, and it's really awesome. And then I had this artist. So the artist that did the 3 covers for Fiction 6, he's also done work for Iron Maiden, and he's done work for books, some novels and stuff like that. He's just really smoking artist out of Sweden. I had him do the logo for Kick the Wicked, and it turned out really great. So.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like you guys' logo as well too, and just the 3. I think you guys have like a black background, and it's just you 3 standing, which is pretty dope as well too. Hey, how about when you guys take photos for? Do you guys ever do photo shoots as well too for?
Everything is green screen, brother. Everything is green screen. So I learned to become well versed in Photoshop, in video editing software, and all that kind of stuff. Because in today's industry, you just don't have the kind of money to pay all those people to do that kind of work. So I just learned how to do it all on my own. So I just say, hey, send a picture. Sometimes I just pull our pictures out of a video and create this, like the picture you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture you're talking about, I pulled Scott out of the video and put him in. Yes. Yeah.
Now world, how we put things together from the back end. So now I need to put a title under his name, video editor. Yeah, video editor.
I'll leave that title for my friends like Todd Schmidt in New Orleans. He's awesome at that kind of stuff. Me, I just do it because I can't afford to pay somebody else like Todd to do it.
That's awesome, man. Having a good time, man. I'm having a good time with you, Mark. So let's talk about you're working on an NFT project for White Rabbit. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I'm working with this really cool group called Starfish. They're a nonprofit. They help a lot of people out and stuff. So, but they're really good at this kind of stuff, like NFTs and stuff. And I really wanted to kind of bring all of that in because originally the White Rabbit tune was actually recorded to be in a movie. And what happened is we found out that, the mechanical rights are just a little bit more than is in our budget. It's like, if you send us $150,000, you could use this in the movie. We're like,
wow.
Okay. We're just gonna make NFTs and put the single out. Have a nice day. But anyway, we decided that hey, let's just turn it into NFTs and make it something more fun that can just be put out. So basically, it's this really cool AI crazy rabbit that actually Scott came up with. And we put it in there with the Kick the Wicked logo, White Rabbit, and the songs connected to it. And it's going to be out sometime soon under that as NFTs that can be traded. So it's pretty cool. We're getting into that world. I'll have some news coming up soon. I can't really release it right now, but one of our newer songs, we'll be working with somebody who's kind of involved with TV and podcasts and like number of other things, and trying to put something together. And that will probably have some kind of NFT connected to it as well. So pretty cool stuff.
That person probably not Rico no Suave.
Not right now, but ultimately maybe we can make a Rico no NFT Suave or something.
The Rico not right now Suave, right?
The Rico not right now. In the now, not in the now.
Right. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Everybody, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are getting flooded as far as within the chat. A lot of people are, laughing about the growling piece that I was actually talking about. So, John T. for free, Beatrice Davis, Donna Marie Bird, thank you guys so much for actually checking in, and everybody else tuning in. You already know I got my man Mark Lanoue. He is co-founder, guitarist, songwriter. We do everything. He does everything right here. So before we take a break, we still got some time, man. But time fly by fast when we're having fun, Mark. For sure, always when we're having fun, especially with you, man. There was an award, and this is big. This is huge because since you are a musician and you focus a lot on the musical aspects of things, you got an award from NASA.
Yeah, so I invented something, and some people may know this on there. I don't know, but I invented a new scanning spectrophotometer with a team at NASA, and it splits the electromagnetic spectrum into small contiguous wavelengths, and you can analyze it based on the target. But so anyway, I was inducted into the NASA Space Technology Hall of Fame for my part in that technology, and so they gave me this nice big honking medal. It was given to me by an astronaut and a general, and it could be used to put in, hang up and be proud of, or if somebody breaks in your house, you can absolutely take them out with it.
Yeah, I hope that never happens. I hope that never happens.
They got the NASA logo shoved into the side of their skull over here.
I hope that never happens. Yeah, that will not be nice for people to break into your house. And yeah, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. But the positive side of that is that you can be able to show, friends and family and show the world as far as what you got. But congratulations on that. That's a really big, thing. When you think about Hall of Fame, you think about, hey, I'm going to be in there forever, and then you talk about NASA of all places. NASA is awesome. So now, let me ask you this question. Because you got this award, will you be able to speak, like do like public speaking and stuff like that, since you have this award? Because I'm assuming that can take you places.
Yeah, I've done a lot of public speaking. I was a CTO and CEO an entrepreneur for 17 years.
Okay.
Traveled all over the world, so I've spoken all over the world as well. So, and that's like I told you earlier, I could talk to trees, I can talk to anything. I mean, you give me a place to talk, I'll talk. My wife would always say, I don't know. She'd be on the phone with somebody. He just stopped in the store, and I could tell the person can't even speak the same language, but he's still in there talking to him. So, I'd say, so, yeah, I don't have any problem talking whatsoever, buddy.
I talk to trees.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that pretty tree over there. It reminds me of was it Bob Ross, right? And put that nice little tree over here by the rock.
Yes, I like that. I think that is so cool, man. Congratulations to you on that. How did you receive this award? Did they tell you to come here to be able to get presented this award? How did that come about?
Yeah, so the Space Foundation set up a whole meeting for there were like 8 groups of people that created new technology and innovation that year were inducted, and it was I think it was in Boulder, Colorado, and they had a whole stage set up and everything. It was a big event. Had astronauts there and generals and high tech people, and so. And it was really cool. So they had a whole event. They presented us with the medals, and so that follows us around, for the rest of our lives. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Was your wife your cheerleader for that?
My wife is always my cheerleader. So
Let's go.
We've been,
Let's go, wifey. Let's go, wifey. Let's
yeah.
go. What's your wife's name?
Her name is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being a cheerleader, Lisa. That is awesome. Man, that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, to be able to be inducted, into something like that, especially NASA, that is so, so cool, man. Is it, what did you, okay, so certain people put their trophies and stuff like that, and we of course, kind of threw that in there, but some people put their trophies on in their living room upon a shelf. Or some people have it like in nice little cabinets that's clear, so when people walk in. Where did you put your NASA item?
In a safe place in the closet.
Oh wow.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm really proud of that, but it's at the end of the day, it's the things that we do and the things that we do for other people, and like my reward is like the music and any new technology that I do develop that it helps other people in some way. The awards are great, but at the end of the day, you pass on. Hopefully I'm around for a while, but you trip on a marble and somebody's got your glorious award on eBay 2 weeks later. So
yeah, we.
Hey, look, it's a pocket watch.
Yeah, it's the last thing we want is something like what you have on on eBay. But I would definitely, I would definitely say, hey, I would definitely say that just having that is just super super awesome. But you can go places with that, man. You can go definitely places with that, and it's to be in your closet. Wasn't expecting that. But I was hoping it was gonna be on the outside, at least somewhere where you were like, I'm proud to have this, but to be a Hall of Famer.
Ultimately, I may shadow box that BITC,
Oh man! So did they also give you did they give you anything else besides what else did they do for you for that?
Well, so for my company at the time, I was actually certified through the Space Foundation. So it was kind of cool, when I was going around the world and promoting the products and stuff. I had that came along with us. And, they put us on a website. So we're kind of, put in there, immortalized in some way until the site goes down, right? But it's there. It says that I along with the team, were inducted into the Hall of Fame and things like that. So it kind of tells a bit about the technology that was developed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, Mark, hey, we got to take a break, man. But everybody, if you don't know, we're having a blast around here with my man, Mark Lanoue. He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. As I can put that on the title as well, too. Co-founder, Kick the Wicked Mind. Kick the Wicked and
the Wicked Mind.
Songwriter, all of that great stuff. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is me, your boy Rico No Suave, here with my man, back to his seat on time, my man Mark Lanoue. What's going on, Mark? You having a good time?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, always good to see you, man. Always good to see you. But time fly by fast when we're having fun, so we might as well get into the next one. So, there's two singles that you're releasing, for the game. Um, let's talk about that. What's those two singles?
So we're working on two more singles, which one is called "Into the Light," and that's actually a song about the paranormal. And it's funny, you see, I'm wearing the paranormal shirt here.
Yeah.
Paranormal 60 podcast. I was actually on that not long ago as well. So there's that one, and there's another one called Eternal. And Eternal's really, really good. I'm really pleased with that one. I can't wait for that one to come out. It's about loss. It's about love. It's so, things like, and as I told you before, I write about things and experiences and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
those people that leave this earth, and you always have somebody that comes up to you and say, "Oh, it gets better over time." No, it doesn't. It just gets
Yeah.
it just gets a little duller, but it doesn't really go away. So, my father was murdered when I was 10. So after that, it's, when people pass away, it just gets, you just add those up and add those up. So Eternal's kind of like that song saying, "You're still in my heart. You're still in my mind. You're still in my memory."
Yeah.
And for those people that are actually sensitive to spirit, it's like, I can feel you. I know you're here, and then they're gone. So it's one of those kind of songs, but it's really, really, it turned out great. And Scott is kicking its butt. He's doing some really great stuff I started off with just an acoustic in my voice, and he's turned it into like this really monumental, wonderful.
So
piece
putting
of
those
music.
two, together, Mark. When you actually have two singles, is this more of like putting out the two singles, but also coming up with a new album as well too? So how did that come into play?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. So when somebody brought that up about the EP, the thought was we live in a different world now when it comes to music. So it makes sense to release singles. I mean, I released 3 albums with Fiction 6, and it's just hard to push albums. People have a short attention span, especially today.
Yeah, true.
And so we just released them as singles, and ultimately we'll put them together as a collective for an album. We'll probably take the 5 we originally had. We have some really cool covers too. Like, there's not just White Rabbit, but we did a monumental 8-minute and 20-second cover of Meatloaf's famous "Paradise by the Dashboard Light." And
Nice.
that one, we actually had a Grammy-winning keyboard player, a good friend of mine named Kit Wakely. And we had the female part was done by another Recording Academy colleague and good friend, Sharon Leah. So, that's, we had like the sportscaster part done by Brian Fishman Fish, and they're all over the place too, just like we were talking about before. So
Nice.
we'll probably put all those together and create an album, a nice collective that people get with some nice artwork and things like that. So it's a good point though that you brought that up. That's pretty much the norm these days.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because you want to have, like, if people love your two singles, they want to hear more, right? So, and it almost makes sense, and maybe because I could be old school as well too, because I'm so used to listening to, if I'm listening to like one song and it's a really good song, I'm gonna see, hey, what is the album like, right? I want to hear the different flavors of music that they're putting together, to be able to continue to listen and also to support them, right? So I think that's the reason why I brought that up, because if you're bringing out two singles and people are like, "Oh man, we want more," what do you guys do to actually make that and just say, "Oh, we got another single coming out, we're gonna hook you guys up with another single, we got you," or is it an album? So I was just curious about that, because that's pretty cool that you guys are keeping that traction going with the single. So that's awesome, man. That's
Well,
awesome.
some of the awards are coming up too. So when you put these singles out, like the Grammys are coming up soon. I'm a Grammy voting member, and we have World Entertainment Awards and Hollywood Independent Music Awards. All those are coming out, and having those singles, you're gonna want to have those involved in those kind of awards
So
and stuff
so
too.
So are you saying? Wait, did you just say that you're Grammy voting? You do voting for the Grammys?
Yeah, I'm a voting member for the Recording Academy. So yeah, that would be involved in the Grammy voting process. Yes.
So if you put your music out there, you put your name out there to vote.
Well, so the voting's done by actual voting members. So,
Oh,
it's not like an open poll for voting where other people can vote. So there's a certain amount of voting members, and when your song is submitted to be considered, which is a round where they consider it, the voting members vote for that, and that's how people become nominated.
okay, got
Yeah.
it.
So.
I was hoping you were going to say yes right away. I was hoping I was gonna I'm like, yeah, of course I'm gonna vote for myself. I'm proud of my
Oh,
work.
you asked if I'm going to vote for myself. Of course, I'm going to vote for myself. What do you think, man?
I wouldn't vote
Even
for
if
it.
I'm
I
the only
definitely won't.
one, right?
Yeah, that's for sure, man. That's for sure. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. So, music that speaking of the Grammys, and when you want to send your music out to to get nominated, have you? So these two singles here, is there any other music that you're sending out to be able to see if it can be considered for nomination?
Yeah, there's going to be, you kind of have to think about which ones you want to put in because if you put too many in, you kind of saturate the vote process,
Yeah.
right? So, and then there's different categories. So, you might like I said, Kick the Wicked is kind of a multi-genre approach. So, we might have one that goes into alternative and one that goes into rock.
Yeah.
Some years we have some that go into metal. It just really maybe even pop. Ultimately, it just really depends on what you're releasing under what genre. So.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, that's yeah. I was always curious about how much do certain groups put together to be able to say, hey, you know what? Let's put out this one, or if they actually send it out like on Spotify or put it on
Mhm.
YouTube or whatsoever, and see how many hits that they get, then they can actually say, oh, you know what? That's kind of popular. Let's send that one off. So, do you guys send music every year to try to
Yeah,
get?
well, yeah. Since I've been a member, I've submitted something pretty much every year. Fiction Six went through, I think, 1 or 2 years of the process as well. So it's a pretty cool process, and you get to meet a lot of really cool people of different genre and from different areas. So it's kind of cool to have that camaraderie. So.
What is your feedback? What is your feedback of like who listens to you? What's the demographic of people who listens to your music? Have you ever just walked down the street and be like, "Oh, that's Mark. That's Mark Lanoue,"
Yeah.
and they're
He
like, "Oh my
sucks.
God, I love
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. No, but yeah. So it's funny that it really just it's an interesting industry. So you could have something that's really good music, but it just takes a while sometimes to percolate through the mounds and mounds and mounds of releases.
Yeah,
And obviously the people who have more money are going to be the ones that are going to more easily make it out there for people to know who they are. If they're touring a lot, you're going to know who they are most likely. So people like us that aren't necessarily touring right now and have day jobs and that also have family and things like that. And plus, I'm getting my PhD right now.
nice.
It's really hard to bring in those amounts of people, except for when I'm on really cool shows like yours, where you're just gonna really put it out there
I
and,
love that.
and let people know who we are, right? So.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, that you know, sometimes I walk down the street, they just say Rico, they forget the no, and they just say Rico Suave. I'm like, yeah, that's not me. That's me. So I keep on walking. They got to say Rico no Suave. Oh, that's cool, man. Mark, we're almost, we're keeping it going, but it's so cool. And congratulations on the two new singles. So before we take another quick commercial break, so we have you as an upcoming author. Not for sure if you wrote books before, but you have a book that's reality was once on tapestry of Tapestry, sorry, of the Dreamer. Is that right?
Right. Yeah,
Talk
that's right. Yeah.
talk to me about that.
So for a long time, people have been asking me to, write down my crazy life. I just there's ever since my, being born in the streets of New Jersey and being born to immigrant mother and family coming over. I was the firstborn here to that family. And then of course my music career and my travels around the world and that kind of stuff. They said you should put it all down in a book, so I did that, and so it's about 282 pages, and it's pretty much done. It's just going through the editing process, and there's some people who have been shopping it for possibly like series or movie kind of material. So we've been waiting on releasing the actual book because of that.
Oh wow.
But I was not an author before this, other than songs, and I've always written. I've written poetry and lyrics and short stories and stuff. So that's writing is also something that I find in that creative pocket. So so I'm happy that it's at the point where it's done. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed putting all the stories down. I hope that people enjoy it as much as as me writing it down. So
You know, when we talk about writing a book about you, Mark, you know, if this is the ins and outs, is this like your whole life in regards to, from you as a kid growing up within music, and also what was your life about? Because when you look at the title, I need to understand where this fits with the book as well too, as far
okay.
as with your life.
Sure. So there's several parts of that because there's also a subtitle, The 6 Degrees of Fiction 6. And
Okay.
so it's a little piece of everything. Being born on 6666, being born in the inner cities of New Jersey. There's just like everybody on this planet, we have our quirks and we have the different things and dynamics that happen along our life.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of experiences that a lot of people have not had the opportunity to have those experiences. I mean, I was working when I was 10. I was pumping gas at an Esso station, which then became Exxon that very year in New Jersey, and sweeping in the back of a bar. And I was only like 11. So it's,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
and then, always in the streets. And so, it's just been an interesting life. I've been able to record with rock stars. I've hung out with people who are famous and people not so famous but are interesting. So it's just really one of those kind of wild rides, and I enjoyed writing it down. And when you write stuff like that down, you realize like, wow, there's a lot of things that have happened, a lot of things that I've done that a lot of other people can't say, and so I'd like to share that with them.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because as you're growing up, what was it like as far as meeting some of the celebrities? Did you not put some of the names in the book as far as celebrities that you hung out with?
Actually, I asked them personally if I could have a picture from them and put it in the book and talk about the story. So their pictures are in the book. They
Okay.
gave me permission to put them in there. There's everything from stars, TV stars, to rock stars, to there's lots of different people in there. People that were involved in NASA and the stuff that I was doing as far as being a traveling entrepreneur. And so there's lots of stuff in there. There's stuff about my family and how they immigrated to here, and
Yeah.
those my father, his before he was killed in the streets of Jersey, he was involved with the
Wow.
Colombo crime family. So it's lots of different things that are in there that are interesting. As far as the title you were asking about, that's my actual personal philosophical statement, which is reality was once the tapestry of the dreamer. And what I mean by that is people dream, and some people do, but there's those people that dream and do something with that dream, and hopefully
Mm,
it helps other people along the way. And so what I'm saying is, if you're dreaming, make it happen.
yes,
It's
sir.
because that's what reality is. It was the
Yes, it is.
tapestry. Somebody dreamed it, and then somebody created.
I like that, man. I like that, bro. Yo, that's why I like you, Mark. That's why I like you. The reality comes into play, and I started thinking about, well, since I was part of his life, How about if they just put me at the end of the book? Because I'm just now getting to know them now. You know, and I'm like, no, that's probably gonna work.
You send me a picture, I'll put you in the book.
I was just joking. I was just joking.
Oh, I'm not. I don't. I know you. I'll put you in there, man.
Oh
No
man.
suave.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, we're going to take a quick break because you know why? It's time for NASCAR. Everybody, if you're enjoying yourself, we got my man, Mark Lanoue, here with us, but it's time for NASCAR. All right, everybody, NASCAR Moments with Rico No Suave show. You already know, oh, man, because the things that we do as far as with NASCAR, or we just a big fan of NASCAR, they're coming to Chicago, everybody. They're coming to Chicago. NASCAR in Chicago coming up the weekend of July 6th and the 7th. We pray for good weather. That's all I got to say. We pray for good weather because last year it was crazy. It was raining. I think it was on that Sunday. It was raining. So, you know, we pray for good weather for NASCAR. Unfortunately, this year, the Rico No Suave show will not be able to participate. I know people has been actually reaching out, but we're not going to be able to participate this year because they kind of changed their rules. So, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still fans of NASCAR. They're always going to have a moment with us, you know, but hopefully in the near future, we'll be back at it as far as with NASCAR and getting it on. But for now, everybody, I want you guys to enjoy yourselves. NASCAR, get those tickets on NASCAR.com or just look up Street Race Chicago 2024. And man, hopefully we extend that, you know, extend the actual contract for us to be able to have more street racing here in Chicago. Let's get back to Mark. Let's go. And of course, you know, room. That's all. That's what it's all about. Hey, Mark, you like race cars?
Yeah, you beat me to it, man. I was going to go vroom myself, but you did it first, man. And you're stealing my thunder. What's up with that, brother?
First, I was stealing. First, I was trying to steal the growl. Now it's the room.
Oh man.
Oh my God! So everybody in. We got a comment from John T. for free. He said, "Get in the book, Rico. Get in the book." I was like, yeah, I'll send them a picture, but we'll see. We'll see.
You could be in here with this guy. This guy here from Paranormal 60, Dave Schrader's in the book. You need to be in the book, man.
Let's go. Hey, I'm game with that. I am game. After I was thinking about that, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll send him my picture. We'll see what happens. That'd be love, though, if you did put me in the book, though.
You got to send a swab one, though, man. It can't.
I got it. I got a swab one, bro. I got a swab A. I got a swab A for you. A no suave. I got a no suave for you, so I gotta give you that one. Oh man, Mark, you the bomb, man. You know there is the Kick the Wicket awards. I mean, you know, I know you guys got some awards now, and I'm super happy to hear about that. So tell the audience about the awards you guys received.
Yeah, this is the latest one. This is
that's beautiful.
Yeah, this one here is for the World Entertainment Awards. It was for our song Firefly. Firefly did really well this past year and award last year. We've had like several of them. This one here is the World Entertainment Awards. We also had the World Songwriting Awards that we got. We also had Rampage Music Awards. There's a number of them that we got for that song Firefly. And Firefly is another one of those ones. It's a story. It was written about when I was a kid in New Jersey, in Lincoln Park. My grandmother had a house there, but it was in that place in Jersey. It was really dark. I mean, if it was like one street light there, and if you were staying at your friend's house and you stayed past where it became dark, it was like pitch black.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid there and you're running through, you ran like full speed down that road because you wanted to get through that dark, that dark tunnel. It's like you're waiting for the spirits from the pits of hell to come out of the trees, right?
Right.
And so I used to see the fireflies out there during certain times of the year, and they just kind of brought solace, just a calmness to it. And then I equated that to, like the guardian angel going to the light, the things that protect you covered by the light. And so Firefly, my guiding light, that's kind of the lyrics in the song. And so that's what that whole song's about. But it did really well. And the guys from Kick the Wicket did a great job on bringing it and, batting it out of the park because it's just really good.
Man, congratulations on that, man. Congratulations on that. I love that. And you talk about fireflies. I started thinking about lightning bugs,
Yeah.
because when it was dark, where I live, like the lights went out, and I used to run, and then all of a sudden we'd see a lot of just lightning bugs, just light, and I'm like, oh my god, I can see where I'm running, right? And it was so
And you swallow
freaking
them.
cool. And yeah, if you you brought back too much memories for me on that. I don't want my whole team know I'm swallowing bugs around here. But that yeah, that did happen. Like, how the heck do these bugs just go in your mouth? And you're
Yes.
like, it's not like I'm like screaming while I'm going down. It's just like I gotta breathe. I'm like, wow, how do I get a bug? How do I get a bug? In there. So Mark, you've done a lot, man. A lot of great accomplishments. Big shout out to Marlene as well too, Palumbo. Big shout out to her for actually having you here as far as with us as well too. How long have you been working with Marlene?
Uh, Probably it's over a year, so it could be closer to 2 years. But I met her through a mutual friend, and she's really great. She's a wonderful person, really helpful, and she really loves Kick the Wicked music, and she's also gets to hear some of my other stuff. Like I'm working on a solo record right now.
Nice.
One of the ex drummers of Prince actually is playing on it.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so Tony Providence and my bass player from Fiction Six, Larry Hart, who was once with Montrose and King Cobra, he's playing bass on it. But so she's been really helpful. She's been helpful with a lot of what I'm trying to do now, with a lot of what the band is trying to do. So, and she's got some really cool artists as well on her roster. So kudos to her. She really works hard at it.
That is so cool. To be able to play in front of people, you said something about 50,000 people, that you played in front of before. Was that the largest group you ever played in front of? Was it 50,000?
Yeah, I'd say 50,000 is probably the largest crowd that I played in front of, and that was Rocklahoma actually. So that same year we had. Matter of fact, I remember very clearly that when we were setting up, the band before us was Living Color. So they were doing Cult of Personality when we were about to go on stage, which was kind of cool. So
Wow. If there was a band that you wanted to open up for, that's, dead or alive or still, making ends meet, which band would it be?
you mean in today's
Yes.
today's market?
Or even, or
Probably.
let's just say any, pick a year. Let's just say if you had to go back in time, if that's the right thing, I guess, to say.
Right.
If not, to tell me the right way to say it. My producer's
Oh
looking at me
wow,
like,
you
don't,
know.
don't do that. Like,
So I'd open up for anybody, but so I would probably. That's a hard one, really. I love so many bands, and that's what really makes me the kind of artist that I am. Is just I have influences from everybody from Styx to Dio to Jim Croce to Donna Summer. I mean,
nice.
so like if it were today, I would say Hailstorm. I mean, there is Lizzie's is a hell of a singer. But if it was back in the day, I don't know. Queensryche would have been cool. The original Queensryche.
I was just thinking
Um,
about that. Yes.
Iron Maiden would have been a hoot.
Yeah.
So Journey would have been great. I loved Journey.
Nice.
But so Van Halen, obviously. I
Oh
mean, right?
yeah.
So there's a lot of them that it's like I've opened up for some pretty cool bands. Some of them that are kind of scary. Like I remember in Miami, or it was Fort Lauderdale. We opened up for the Dixie Dregs, and they were freaking phenomenal. As a matter of
Wow.
fact, they brought in a keyboard player who was brand new who ended up in Dream Theater. So he was a youngster then coming down from the Northeast from school, and he just sat in reading off sheets of music paper. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. That's so cool. Wow. Well, I'm glad at least I know as far as that you're just you're just flexible to work with, to open up for anybody, which tells me in regards to, there's no bias in regards to what genre of music when you said Donna Summer and then you start talking about, Iron Maiden and things, and those groups. I like that, I like that
Prince,
because,
Stevie Wonder, those guys, all of them are great, man.
yeah, yeah. Rest in peace to Prince. But yeah, that was deep. Yeah, I mean, when you think about Prince, it's just, a lot of things he do on stage just to get you hyper,
Yeah.
but also to actually get you like, hey, we might make we might make babies tonight. So
He was a
yeah,
badass. Let's just put
yeah,
it that way.
exactly. You know what? You know what's also cool is this. I have a gift for you, my man. I have a shirt for you. And
Yeah, man.
yes, this is for you. This shirt, we give this out to the gyms of the world. And the reason why we give this out to the gyms of the world is because you make people happy with music, but also you grew up in a way of being able to get with a band to make things happen. And when it comes down to it, you just actually just put your heart and your soul into it, as well as with your team as well. And when I say you put your heart and soul in there as far as with your team, you guys just click together. But of course, you being a co-founder, but also you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame for NASA. You receive awards, and not just for the actual band, but hey, you have awards for yourself and your accolades and your milestones. Every milestone that you actually accomplish is an award. So, I want to present this shirt to you because now you're part of the Rico No Suave show, No Suave show family. So, congratulations, my man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, man. I'll have to wear it on my next interview when you get it on. So I can pass the word of Rico No Suave.
Let's go. Let's go, man. I appreciate that. Time is flying by fast, but Mark, man, it was great to have you actually on the show. We're going to put up your social media so people can actually, kick the wicket with you. That's what we do around here. So here's the first one. Hey, it's called Lanoue Music. LinkedIn, baby. So, hey, don't spam them. Hey, this is all about business. So don't be over there trying to spam them and say, I want to open a network, and you really don't want to network. So make sure you please go ahead and be professional. Lanoue Music. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, Kick the Wicket on Facebook, everybody. Kick the Wicket. Make sure you go and like and love everything that he's doing with the band. Show them some actual love. That's all you got to do. Just get wicked with the love. All right, here's the next one. Oh, it's X time, baby. Yeah, Kick the Wicket. Yes. Formerly known as Twitter. So make sure you go ahead and follow him on his posting, comment, share, reshare, all that great stuff. Here's the next one. Oh, yeah. Instagram. You already know. IG, baby. Kick the Wicket. So make sure you go ahead and kick the wicket, man. So make sure you go ahead and do that and follow him. Mark, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful today. I hope you had a good time with us.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You're the bomb, man. And yes, and thank you so much for your support. Always liking everything that we're actually doing, man. And we're going to continue to support you here on the Rico No Suave show as well, too. And congratulations on your book as well. And I might slip a picture, to you in email. Just look out for it. Just in case.
I'll look
see
for
what we
it.
do. I was just messing with you. I just like that.
On the down under.
All right, Mark. I'll see you later, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. Everybody, put your hands together for none other than my man, Mark Lanoue. Let's go. All right, everybody. Yes, we got to get out of here. Your boy, Rico No Suave. And yes, we got to put up our information, everybody, because you know what? We got a website. We got social media. All right, so let's put that up. It is www.riconosuaveshow.com. Yes, we're always updating our website. We got new highlight reels, and you can always go back and watch the show here as well, too. Here's the next one. Kaboom. Yes, at Rico No Suave Show on Instagram. So make sure you go to Instagram, everybody. Go ahead and like and follow everything we're doing. Let's go. Oh, yeah. like, and love us on Facebook. Rico No Suave Show, everybody. Go ahead and do it now. All right, cool. While we go to the next one. Because this one is important. We reached a milestone of over 500 subscribers, everybody. So now I want you guys to go ahead and keep that number growing. Rico No Suave Show on YouTube. I think we got another one. Mixcloud, baby. Rico No Suave Show. It turns into a podcast. So if you like the audio piece, make sure you go ahead and check us out there. All right, everybody, we got to get out of here. But thank you guys so much for being here on the Rico No Suave Show. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We'll see you next time as we end off the show. Just like this. See ya.